Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Governor of Adamawa State, Senator Bindo Umar Jibrilla, the former Governor of Adamawa State, Ahmed Fintiri, the Speaker of the Adamawa State Assembly, the Chairman of the Adamawa Association in Abuja, distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Representatives, honorable members of the State Assembly, Secretary to the Government and Commissioners of Adamawa State, Your Royal Highness, the Emir of Mubi, representing the Lamido of Adamawa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am really delighted to be here today with you for this celebration. I am humbled by your election to host this reception for me to mark my elevation to the position of Waziri, the 7th Waziri of Adamawa. I sincerely thank the Lamido Adamawa and the Adamawa Emirate Council for this honor. As a little boy in Jeddah, who at a point wasn't sure whether he would be allowed to go to school, one thing I know I didn't dream of was becoming Waziri Adamawa. But the God that we all worship has his plans for us. What I have done all these years is work hard at whatever position I find myself in and take advantage of opportunities that arise for self-improvement and social advancement. Along the way, I have had a lot of help from a lot of people, relations, teachers, friends, colleagues, business partners, and associates. Adamawa and the Northeast generally have been in the news in recent years, often for the wrong reason. The spate of insecurity occasioned by the Boko Haram insurgency in the area. But we are more than that. We have more than one story. Our story is not just the Boko Haram story. A lot has happened in Adamawa, and Adamawa people have done a lot of good over the course of the history of this country, and we continue to do so. That is one of the things that gives me hope, even in moments of despair. Another thing that gives me hope and encouragement is the sight of thousands of Adamawa children and youth who, with little help, guidance, and encouragement, can rise to the highest levels of the professions and our society. People who would, in the future, make enormous contributions to the development of the state, the region, and indeed the country. Just ponder, just think about it. Nigeria's story would be incomplete without discussions of the contributions of Adamawa sons and daughters to the development of Nigeria. And they have done so in a variety of sectors of our national life. Just think of the contributions and sacrifices of such Adamawa elite as late Muhammadu Ribadu, Nigeria's defense minister in the First Republic, Ahmed Joda, IGP Inspector General Gambo Jimeta, Professor Jibril Aminu, Bamanga Tukuru, Mahmoud Tukuru, Haladu Hanania, Murtala Nyako, and Buba Marwa. Or how do we forget the Civil War exploits of General Tarfa, Air Commodore Dan Suleiman? Do not also forget we lost heroes like late Ahmadu Gombe. You may not know him. He was just a lieutenant at the time the Civil War broke out. And he thought he was a gallant soldier and couldn't take cover. And he was shot by the rebels and died just as a lieutenant. Or how do you forget people like Andraus of blessed memory, late Colonel Amtagu Ted Lassa, who in the midst of the Civil War in advancement to Onitsha was killed as either a lieutenant colonel or colonel. Or how do you forget the contributions of Ayub Batarfa, who was also a lieutenant? We used to call him in the secondary school in those days, Gado Baka Oronkoa. And he stood up and was felled by a rebel bullet and died. Have you ever heard, how many of you, have you ever heard of Okada Bori? A major who was a terror to the rebel in the Civil War. A gallant and fearless soldier. We lost all these fine officers during the Civil War. No state in this country has made human sacrifices as Adamawa in the Civil War and also the unity of this country. Or how do you forget Marshal Alpha, the fighter pilot, one of the finest fighter pilots? Or do you forget the memory of the late Army Chief and Defense Chief, General Gibson Jallo? All these sacrificed their lives for the unity of this country. They were all from Adamawa State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I please call you to rise for a minute silence in memory of these sons that we lost. May their souls rest in peace. Come in to those of us who God has spared our lives up till now. How do we forget the contributions of Air Marshal Bade or late MD Suleiman, Inspector General of Police? People like Senator Mahmoud Waziri or late Justice Bubar. Or how do we forget the contributions of people like Wakili Hassan Adamu, Nuhu Ribadu, Babachir David Lawal, and Malam Musa Bello, just to mention a few. We even gave our president Muhammadu Buhari, his very smart and beautiful wife, Aisha. An accomplished professional in her own right. I stress that this is certainly not an exhaustive list, but just to underscore that Adamawa has produced distinguished sons and daughters who have contributed and continue to contribute to national development. I stand to be challenged by any state in this country that has given so much to this country. So don't let anybody tell you that we have not contributed or that we are a basket case. Absolutely not. We are not, and we are not defined by the current challenges. We are more than it. And we have the potential to be greater than we have been and to contribute more than we already have. Most of you here are young men and you have the future ahead of you. We are here to guide you, to mentor you, and to make you even greater than those before you. Therefore, there is a need for us to uphold and deepen this legacy by fixing our educational system and other aspects of human development. Mr. Governor, you are here. If there is one other thing that unifies the Adamawa elite, is that they obtain good education. And we must continue to give our children excellent education. Education helped to open doors for them in the various professions where they have distinguished themselves and in their service and to our country. Education opened doors for me also as I stand before you here. It is therefore imperative, in my opinion, that we should do everything possible to invest in education for the young people of our state. There is no reason why any Adamawa child to be out of school. Absolutely no reason. Even in our days, if you did not send your child to school, you are arrested and detained and prosecuted. We have passed a law in this country that makes it compulsory for every child to be given free education from primary up to secondary school level. And how many governments are complying with that law? Let us as a state and as a people begin to plan our future without thinking that the federal government will be our savior. When all these people I have enumerated went to school, there was no oil in this country. And yet government funded their sound education, which made them to make those supreme sacrifices. Let us think how we can build our state. Let us continue to encourage our state and local governments to repair and expand our schools, to repair our roads, and help our students to learn. The future of Adamawa State lies in the hands of its young people, but we need to prepare them for that future by giving them good education so they can go out in the world and compete with the best of them. That is what Adamawa produced. That is what Adamawa produced as elite who have not only done well for themselves, but have made enormous contributions to the development of our country. Let us also improve our agriculture by industrializing it. We need modern tools and modern methods of farming. There is no reason why we can't be a major supplier of agricultural products, beef, and the rest of them, to the rest of the country and beyond. We have the land, we have the climate, and we have the people. Developments around the world show that crude oil is soon going to become less important as an energy source. So we should now, that we still can, move away from dependence on oil and federal handouts and build an economy in the state that would be a model for the whole country. And we can do it. We have the land, we have the people, and we have the young people to do that. We, the elite, have that responsibility, and we owe it to the generation coming after us. I also implore us to fix our politics as well. I'm so glad what I heard from the chairman of the Adamawa Association community in Abuja here. We can have our political differences and political fights, but let us know when to apply the brakes to ensure that what is destined for Adamawa, be it projects, provisions, or positions, are not lost because of our petty quarrels and what some people call holding down syndrome. I believe we will be remembered not by the number of people we pull down, but by the number of people we lifted up. As we celebrate here today, I implore us to continue to remember our roots. Remember, you come from Adamawa State. That is your root. No contribution to the development of our state and our communities is too small. I remember a few years back, I was invited by the FCT community in Lagos to talk to them. I said, you people from FCT, you are the most educated and the most intellectual in the Southwest. Yet when you go to your state, it does not translate. Because everything you get, you invest in Lagos. Why not invest in FCT? So therefore, if you are in Abuja, if you have money to invest, don't mind if you invest it in Yola, you don't make a profit 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. After 3 years or 4 years, you will start making money. And you would have seen what you would have contributed to the people of your state. Little efforts and contributions add up to become huge development strides. One block at a time and on top of each other, and soon you have an elegant story building. Let us therefore continue to give a helping hand to one another, especially the younger ones, so they too can rise, have hope, do well for themselves and for our state and Nigeria. So let us visit home regularly, rather than staying only in Abuja and other distant places. The little money we spend during a weekend's visit helps not just relations and friends we directly assist, but also the small shopkeepers they buy from, the butcher they patronize, the clinic they visit for treatment, the bricklayer and carpenter they pay to fix their homes, and so on and so forth. But if we do not visit home, that little help, with all those multiplier effects, is lost to the community and the state. And let's always remember that many of our brothers and sisters, including children, are still stuck in camps for internally displaced persons. What hurts one of us should hurt all of us. I am aware that many of us rallied and still rally to the aid of these unfortunate souls. We must not relent in our efforts to assist them until they are able to get back to normal lives and leave this terrible trauma behind. I want to pledge to you today that I will continue to make my modest contributions to the development of our state. It is where I am from, and it is where I want to go back to, dead or alive. Our parents and other elders always told us never to forget our roots. I hope I have been able to show that I have not forgotten mine. I see my elevation to the position of Waziri as a call to even greater dedication and service to our state and its people and humanity. Let me, at this junction, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, pay a special tribute to the late Waziri Adamawa Aliyu Mustafa, who as a father not only brought me into the Adamawa Emirate Council as Turaki Adamawa, but was also a source of great counsel, wisdom, and guidance, in addition to allowing me to marry his beautiful daughter, Rukayat. Let me once more express my profound gratitude to Dr. Muhammadu Barkindo Aliyu Mustafa, our reigning Lamido, and the Adamawa Emirate Council for extending to me the honor and privilege of being promoted to the position of Waziri Adamawa, and my son, Aliyu, the grandson of Lamido Aliyu Mustafa, as Turaki Adamawa. I sincerely thank His Excellency, Governor Umaru Jibrila Bindo, for being here with us. Before he came here, all kinds of rumors were being spread that we are no longer on talking terms, that we don't see eye to eye. And all this was coming from Adamawa, not from any other places. And let me commend him for the giant strides he and his government are making in infrastructural development in Adamawa State. I am particularly happy with the way those projects have been spread widely across the state in order to give every part of the state a sense of belonging, while facilitating the overall improvement of our state. For the Adamawa community in Abuja, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this wonderful reception in my honor. I shall forever remain grateful. And please continue to show to each other the love you show to me, as demonstrated by the thought and effort you put towards this reception. Thank you very much, and may God reward each and every one of you, and have a very safe journey back home. I thank you all for your attention.
Can we pause this endeavor? Your Excellency,